There once was a man named Gold Roger who was king of the pirates. He had fame, power, and wealth beyond your wildest dreams. Before they hung him from the gallows, these were the final words he said.
Our perspective is yours for the taking, but you'll have to join us first. We left everything we debated at the Yonko table.
Ever since, pirates from all over the world set sail for the Grand Line, searching for the Yonko table, the table that will make their dreams come true.
Yo, folks. Welcome to the latest and the greatest from the Yonko table. That is the voice of Grandmaster Hoop coming at you from the driver's seat of a 1994 red Peterbilt 379 semi-trailer truck. And if you don't know what that is the big truck that Optimus Prime transforms into, because that's right, folks, we're talking about Transformers Rise of the Beast. That's right. What are we? This is the seventh film in the live action Transformers franchise. That's right. Starting all the way back in 2007, we were what some call cursed, some called blessed with the live action outings of the Transformers featuring the Autobots, Decepticons, and a whole mess of other robots in disguise. But there's more to them than meets the eye. And we're here to talk about this seventh entry. And yeah, there's a lot to be discussed here with this film, whether we enjoyed it, what worked, what didn't work. Was the action subpar? Were the characters great? We're here to discuss it all. That's what we do here at the Yonko table. You heard him grunting before. That's the voice of Dr. Jace Attorney, my fellow Yonko. Dr. Jace Attorney, are you ready to roll out?
Let them come.
Very good.
We roll out, baby. Last one. This is my This is my message to all Transformers fanatics. We are here. We are waiting.
Very good.
I love Transformers.
The
IP of Transformers, the franchise of Transformers. It's a little different when it comes to these live action films. As you mentioned, we've been blessed for, goodness, the last 16 years at this point.
Yeah, 16 years.
2007. You threw some shade at our original trilogy, our holy trinity of Shia LaBeouf Transformers. Listen, those films are bad, but they hold a special place in our mid-2000s teenage angst lives, all right? They hold a special place in our hearts. We love the shenanigans of Bumblebee pissing on Sector 7 agents. We love oh god, that's about all we love now that I think about
No, we don't love those things.
You don't
you and I are not the same.
Give me the cube, boy.
There are glimpses of fun outings with the Transformers films. I will admit that. I'm not above admitting that. But you already said those films are bad. Bumblebee pissing. Oh, I did not come to see a Transformers film to watch a Transformer piss on a human.
That's
not what I'm here
integral.
for. I'm not here for John Turturro to walk under the ball sack of a giant Constructicon demolisher and make note of it. That's not why I come to Transformers movies.
You never thought of that when you played with the toys?
No, they don't have that. They don't have
Genitalia?
No, they don't. No, I'm here for the transforming, the epic battles, and some character development. I think that's what I'm here for. And
character.
Say what you want about the 5 original Michael Bay films. Michael Bay directed from 2007 to 2017. That's literally 10 years he's been with the franchise. You know, there's some things he got right. I think he excels in the action. I think that's probably the only thing he has to give with those films is that he's delivered some great action pieces with the
Give me your
Transformers.
face.
Sure.
Sam, where are you?
I'll check you all on. You know?
I love these lines.
That's
I love
fine.
these scenes.
That's fine. And then
Push the
that's
cube into my chest, Sam.
give me that cube, boy, and I'll spare your life. I'm never giving you this Allspark. You know, and that's the thing. We're 7 films in with the Transformers franchise, Rise of the Beast being the 7th. It was preceded by the Bumblebee movie, which
Ooh.
a lot of people give high praise to. Are you one of those
Okay.
people?
Like no ironic laughter or take on this. I genuinely loved Bumblebee. Bumblebee was such a shock to watch because at that point it was 6 films in, and you're thinking, oh man, this is canon to the Michael Bay timeline, and it's gonna be the same old. It's not directed by him, but you know, he's still attached as like a producer or, you know, whatever. I did not see Bumblebee in theaters. I saw I saw the first Transformers, Revenge of the Fallen, and Dark of the Moon, all in theaters. I don't think I saw Age of Extinction in theaters, but I did see Last Night in theaters. I did not see Bumblebee in theaters, thinking that, it's just it came out after Last Night, and I'm like, oh man, this is just gonna be bad, just like Last Night. It wasn't bad. I think that was the first time I've ever seen Haley Steinfeld
Oh,
in a role. That was my first time seeing her in a role. Never saw her before that. That was my first time.
Never saw True Grit,
Did not see True Grit.
nominated for Academy Award. Best
It ain't no
supporting actor.
It ain't no Bumblebee.
Wow. Okay.
It ain't. Bumblebee was really good. Like, throwing a score out, if I were to give it, it was like in the 9s. That's how good Bumblebee was. Shocking. Yeah, like I could hear some of our listeners rolling their heads like, oh, a Transformers movie 9. Go watch Bumblebee. I really mean it. Go watch Bumblebee. It was so good, and I didn't think they could do it again. After Bumblebee, I'm like, Bumblebee was a fluke. Bumblebee was a fluke because, fun fact, right? After Last Night, these films were supposed to be rebooted. Like the whole
Yes.
Transformers, like live action films, they said, all right. I think Last Night underperformed at the box office.
It was the lowest grossing,
lowest,
I
yes.
think, of the original 5 Transformers films.
Right. These were films, their box office numbers like in the hundreds and hundreds of millions. But Last Night was the least performing out of all of them. So they thought, all right, people are sick and tired of this. Time to reboot. But they still had the little engine that could out in the back. And it was practically already finished. They're like, all right, we got this Bumblebee project that was going to be a prequel, and we were maybe going to play with more spinoffs, but oh god, just throw it out there. Throw it out there before we reboot everything, just to collect the money we can make off of it. And my god, Bumblebee came out and they're like, we got it. We got rollout.
Can I just
And this movie's proof. Rise of the Beast is proof that they're like, oh no, let's keep going. Don't reboot. Don't reboot it. What were we gonna say?
Well, I was gonna say the Rotten Tomato score. Bumblebee has a 91.
Critic, right? Critic and
Critic.
audience. What about audience?
Oh, I don't have that up. I see the critic one. It's a
Oh, damn.
91%.
The fact, I mean, critics are the hardest people to convince when it comes to established IPs that are based off of other properties. So like if it's toys, video games, like cartoons, whatever, it's hard to convince them to be on like, oh wow, this is Shakespearean. Should this be nominated at the Oscars? But Bumblebee got people convinced. It was insane that was something that Bumblebee could do. So I originally thought, okay, that's lightning in a bottle. They can't do it again. I see Bumblebee is at 74 for audience. Those of you listening in, if you're part of this audience, you are wrong. You are wrong. And I feel like that is traumatic experience from Michael Bayness. Y'all been traumatized from Michael Bay shenanigans for so long. You can't fathom seeing an actually good movie like Bumblebee, and you're like, oh man, where's the poo-poo jokes? Where's the pee-pee jokes? Where's the misogynistic rant by the main male character in this movie? Where is it? I need it in Michael Bay films. Y'all don't understand. Bumblebee was fantastic. Absolutely not. And I know where Rise of the Beast is. We haven't even gotten to Rise of the Beast yet. I already know where Rise of the Beast is in Rotten Tomatoes score for audiences. Y'all are wrong. I'm looking at it right now. I'll save it for the scoring when we get to it. I'm looking at the Rise of the Beast audience score. Y'all are wrong. You gave Bumblebee you know what? No, let me stop. We'll save it.
Save it. Sure. That was a lot to digest right there. Here's what y'all as listeners need to take from this. The Michael Bay films, as fun as some of them can be, overall not great outings for the Transformers films. Bumblebee, which is relatively a soft reboot of the franchise, they're calling it the prequel series, kicks off a new age of Transformers films. And as Dr. J said, the bar is set pretty high by Bumblebee. Now we're following Bumblebee with Rise of the Beast. And, you know, it's been 5 years since Bumblebee. Here we are. People would have probably maybe thought Transformers were dead at this point, but here we are, a new film. I guess the bar for us going into this movie, what, equal or greater than Bumblebee? That's what we wanted, right?
At least on par with Bumblebee. On par. I wanted it in that 9 range to be like, wow, like we're in this renaissance of media adaptations of established properties, where we have stuff like The Last of Us, the Sonic movie, to some extent the Mario movie. We had all these things, and they're doing great because they're sticking to what the source material is, and they're giving the fans that they want. So in this new age of this renaissance, I'm thinking, wow, a Transformers movie coming out in this time period, it's probably something we've never seen before. This is actually something going to be very exciting. At least that's how it was to me going into it. The marketing was really good on this movie. I was actually getting hyped. I was not hyped for last night when it was being, you know, marketed and everything. I was hyped for this movie. Maybe it's the classic designs at the forefront again, you know, G1 designs. But I don't know. I was genuinely hyped coming into this.
I think you can credit the hypeness to director Stephen Caple Jr., who's also famously known for directing Creed 2. You know, Michael Bay films were infused with Linkin Park and hard rock or punk rock or whatever. You know, and now this film has a 90s aesthetic that is very prevalent through the trailers. Granted, 90s aesthetic, but they play a lot of DMX throughout. Particularly, if I'm not mistaken, Rough Riders Anthem, which I don't think came out in 1994.
I have no idea. Which I mean,
Um,
I think we talked about it a little bit too. This is kind of like what the Fox X-Men franchise tried doing, where like they had an established timeline of events, and then they're doing like prequels that are kind of like rebooting the timeline, and or it's up in the air as to whether or not it's still on the same timeline as the Michael Bay films, even though they're trying their best to say, yeah, it is. In 10 years or 13 years, Sam Witwicky will make his first debut from 1994. But I don't know.
As far as I'm concerned, the Michael Bay films have nothing to do moving forward, and I really hope that is the case. But yeah, I was hyped to going into this film, and upon completion of the film, walking out, without saying a score, I can say, this film is definitely better than some of the other Transformers films. Particularly for me, it's better than Age of Extinction and The Last
Come
Night.
on.
I'll probably even say it's better than
Don't you dare.
Revenge of the Fallen and Dark of the Moon.
Wow. That's the entire catalog. You're saying it's the second best Transformers movie?
It might not be better than the first Transformers, and well, we'll get into the nitty gritty.
We'll get into it. What's this movie about?
Sure. Okay. This movie, one again, they're taking it in a new direction. They're really exploring a lot of the mythos, which I like. But right off rip, this film, let's talk about the threat at hand. Bow before the might of Unicron.
That's Endgame.
That's a huge name within the Transformers mythos. For fans who know, Unicron is a planet-eating, basically god. He's basically a transformer. He's like a giant moon that can swallow up a planet, and then if he wants to, he can transform into a robot and punch the planet if he needs to.
He can. And funny enough, I always thought, as a kid growing up on the Michael Bay films, every new movie that came out after the first one, I kept thinking, oh, Unicron, it's Unicron.
Oh yeah,
they're gonna bring Unicron now. And they never did. And I'm like, Michael Bay, 5 movies in, and you wait till the end credit of the 5th one to tease Unicron? Why'd you wait so long? It's been 10 years.
It's because he's Endgame. He's Endgame. Unicron's huge. It's like Thanos level. That's a Thanos equivalent.
It is. It's just you the films kept performing less and less as time went on, and it's like, listen, if you're gonna get him out now.
Because now
use
it
your
seems
cards.
super unlikely.
Like, oh my god.
It became that. He never got Unicron out.
He never got Unicron out. Or at least his version of Unicron that was teased, in Last Night. Oh my god. I'm sure once we start trying to connect the two together, we're gonna be like,
and
impossible. It's impossible.
That's why, yeah, I think as much as they say they're gonna try to tie this back into his films, I really don't think they can. I don't think they can.
I think it's impossible.
Yep.
I think it's impossible. But yeah, Unicron. Yep. Unicron's a thing. We got to see a little bit, which sucks, but a little bit of what planet are they on with the
unknown.
Well, the Primals.
The Maximals. The Maximals.
Oh.
The Maximals.
Actually.
Yes. The Maximals. What are the Maximals?
They're animal transformers. That's basically it, right?
Essentially, yeah. That's what they're.
So
yeah.
It was that what that 3D animated show from like the late 90s?
Yes.
Beast Wars,
Transformers
right?
Beast Wars. Yes.
I've heard that was actually really good.
Yes.
It was.
Avid Transformers fans love Transformers Beast Wars.
Okay.
I vaguely remember it. I don't think at the time I didn't really start getting into Transformers until Armada.
Armada, yeah,
Yeah,
Armada's
yeah.
where I think I knew about Transformers before that, but like I became a fan with the Armada anime series. That, oh my god, yeah, it just never stopped after that. I think it was mostly
Yeah.
Armada though. I didn't get sucked into like that Energon Wars.
Energon was the follow up, and then Cybertron, which they are continuations.
I didn't know that. I remember we
Yeah.
talked about that before. I did not know they were sequels as a kid. I thought they were
They are.
separate, entries in another timeline. God damn it.
Straight
Wow.
up sequels. Yep, straight up. So no, I like that. It's cool that they brought the Maximals here because we have yet to see the Maximals on screen.
Mhm.
You know, and that's like peak Transformers fandom for a lot of people, and it's a new avenue that we haven't explored yet. It's like, all right, let's see how they handle this.
You've seen a truck Autobot. Have you seen a Rhino? An Abe?
Just look like a giant Mighty Joe Young running around.
God.
Or Peter
Goodness.
Jackson's King Kong. No, the Maximals are cool. They're definitely cool, and we'll obviously get into more of their plight later. But their homeworld is unfortunately eaten up by Unicron, particularly because of the brilliant leadership of his commander Scourge. Scourge of the Terracons. The Terracons are
Terracons, not to be confused with Decepticons.
no, not Decepticons. They are Terracons. They are,
Mhm.
I guess, just enemies to the Maximals.
That's what I took it as. Like,
Right.
oh wow, you're just evil.
Yeah. They're just evil. So you have Scourge, and his two lieutenants. Goodness, Nightbird, and I don't even know the other one's name. Working for him.
The Wrecking Ball one.
Yeah,
right?
the Wrecking Ball one. I don't think he has a name.
I didn't like that. Kind of like that anime. You know that cliche in anime movies. Like in Naruto, for example, you have Naruto the anime, and then you have the Naruto original anime movies where they pick the generic villain troop, and it's always the
okay.
leader. This is what I was telling you earlier. I'm like, oh, I don't like that they did this. It was the leader. You have the female archetype that's just, she's an evil baddie. Ooh. And then you have the buff lieutenant, his right hand man or whatever.
Battle Trap is his name.
Battle Trap.
Battle Trap.
I was like, oh, there it is. That's the anime. That's the anime villain trope. Sure, fine, go ahead. It's okay. I'll accept it.
Yeah, no, it's tropey at times, and I think that's what I was waiting for as far as their kind of villain arc goes. I wanted to know why they are doing this. I wanted to know what was kind of their backstory, and I guess I ask this of every film we always see. I'm like,
Why are they evil?
Yes, are they born evil? Did Unicron eat their planet?
Well, they did. Well, this was later in the movie, but he did say something like that to Scourge when he brought him when he only brought him half the key and he was torturing him.
Okay.
He did say, "Oh, I'm gonna." I forgot what he said about his planet. He's like, "I'm gonna eat you the way I ate your planet" or something. I don't know.
Oh, and you know what? I was like, wow, maybe they might do something with that. Maybe we'll get some layers to
Never.
Transformers villains.
Never again.
And yeah, we don't really get much of that. And that's a shame because Scourge is voiced by the great and brilliant Peter Dinklage.
I kept forgetting that was him the entire time.
Oh no, I heard it in his voice. He was giving an evil Tyrion, I guess.
Oh wow, creative.
Sure. I mean, I'm calling out his most prominent role. What do you want me to say? The angry elf from Elf?
Yes.
Call me Elf.
Angry CEO.
Call me Elf one more time. Oh, he's an angry elf. So no, I'm not gonna say that. No, but yeah, it's a shame because Peter Dinklage is here. I think he could have really, did some cool stuff with Scourge. He's intimidating, as
He is
we'll
intimidating.
learn to find out. Kills the Maximal leader, kill their planet. Boom. We're now present day 1994. We're introduced to our human cast. Because what's a Transformers movie without a human cast?
Yay.
1994, New York City, Brooklyn. We meet
Sonic.
aka Anthony Ramos, Noah Diaz, and Dominique Fishback's Elena Wallace. They're here. Their stories are going to intertwine because they have to. Noah's down on his luck trying to make money for his family, ex-soldier. Got a chip on his shoulder, can't pin down a job. Brother has sickle cell, so
Was that what it
Yes.
was?
yeah, it was sickle cell. Yep,
Oh.
sickle cell. Desperate need of money. He'll do anything for some money. Elena, working her way through the museum, trying to become.
Elena's the least undercooked out of all of them.
Sure, yeah. I think
She
they were
just-
trying to set up some low-key racism among the workplace.
With Elena?
Yeah,
Why?
I don't know, or what? She was just an intern, so they treated her bad.
I just thought it was an intern thing. Like, oh, I'm going to the ball. You will be here to press my clothes, my dress. I just thought she was the overambitious archaeologist or not tech whiz, but like, she's the one with the knowledge about what pushes the plot forward, but her talents are not appreciated at the place that she works. She got her 60 minutes of fame at the end. Good for her. I guess that's where her character went. Ultimately,
That's where I was going. It made sense.
I guess I clearly more thought was put into Noah's, I guess, arc as a character as opposed to Miss Fishback. But yeah, man, I guess we could get into the human characters.
Well, I mean, you have to, but I just feel this is where these movies become iffy for me.
Right.
Because I do not want to spend time with the human characters.
We don't need them. It is 2023. We don't need them.
We don't need a human connection to be our avatar in this Transformers world that they're setting up. Please just put the robots on screen. Please.
Have them talk, and I get it. It's money. It's money. Cause
Yeah, you put a famous face there. Yeah.
yeah, like I meant in terms of like the CGI. That's just
sure.
more, more scenes with them, more money you got to spend, more, moving the mouth and moving all the little parts around them when they're like just sitting there. But yeah, it's just I want to see these guys either punch each other or I want to see them talk to each other. Some of the quieter moments in this movie, which we get to later on, they involve the Transformers talking. And
That's a first.
right, you usually don't get them talking that much, at least with each other. Sure, they talk to Sam, take the cube. That's about it. That's the range that they have.
His pheromone level smells like he wants to mate with the girl.
These are your favorites.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
What is wrong with you? Remember that one?
Oh, no, I don't remember that one.
That was the one where they're hiding behind the house and they're trying to, I think.
Oh, Ironhide. Yes, Ironhide. What is wrong with you?
Oh, no, because he said, the humans are a nuisance. Shall I exterminate them? No, we do not exterminate humans. What is wrong with you?
Sorry. I just wanted to show my cannons.
Number one was so good. It was
Okay.
bad. It was bad. It was bad. But it was bad in all the right ways.
Let me say this as far as, that scene in mind. With the human characters in the original Transformers films, there's so much fluff with them. There's a lot of fluff. There's a lot of them running around. They don't even have to have Transformers in the scenes. They don't even have to talk about Transformers. They're really trying to invest you in these human characters, and yet it takes away so much time from the Transformers. So with this film, we have two prominent ones, and that's really it.
Right.
And the other
Right.
ones, it'd be like Josh Duhamel, Shia LaBeouf, Tyrese, Megan Fox, John Turturro, Ramon Rodriguez. And it's like, whoa, there's more humans than the Autobots. There's 5 Autobots. 5.
That's not enough.
So I'm glad we only have 2 here. And although, yes, they're here, whatever, I think this film does a much better job at weaving kind of their arcs back into the arcs of the Transformers. More than, say, like Mark Wahlberg and his crew.
You don't like the Bud Light scene?
You want insurance? This is an alien car. Honey, hold on. Give me my alien gun. No,
That
get the
was
fuck out of
funny.
here.
That
No,
was
it's
funny.
not funny. That's not funny. That's stupid.
You thought the Xbox 360 transforming in the first one was hilarious.
Oh, shut up.
I bet.
Absolutely not. No.
Oh,
I
it
did
made
not.
the Xbox 360 sound. Womp.
No. Human characters are here. There's not as much fluff. Let's talk about how they get brought into the fold. Trying to make some money. Noah steals a car. What do you know? That car turns out to be a Transformer. We get our first.
Whoa. Very
Autobot.
similar circumstances. to
Yeah,
another
we
Discovery.
Trophy. Yeah, Trophy. A little bit. It's Mirage, played by Pete Davidson. And
You can
Pete
tell.
Davidson's having a ball with this role.
Yes, you can tell he's a kid, excited like, this is it. This is my peak.
I ain't ever gonna be a Transformer again. I gotta sell it. I gotta give it up, give it my all right here.
It was good. I mean, I liked Pete Davidson to an extent. On as Mirage, I feel like he teetered back and forth a little bit for me. Like between annoying and actually funny.
Which is basically Pete Davidson's life.
Which is basically Pete Davidson's life. So yeah, Mirage, some scenes I'm like, can you stop? Other scenes I'm like, okay, that was kind of funny.
I think I enjoy Noah and Mirage's relationship more than, people might hate me for this, Sam and Bumblebee's relationship.
Wow.
I was really digging Mirage and Noah. I don't know. There was just like, and I think this is kind of an arc that's trying to be set up throughout the film, is that Mirage is putting a lot of trust in Noah. And early on, when they bring Noah and Elena into the fold, we learned that Optimus, of all the bots, he does not trust humans at all at this point.
Which is a very interesting take to put on Optimus, because usually he's like haha, it's in his name. He's the optimistic Autobot. He's the one leading the charge and being very accepting of humans, and he's always putting humans to almost to a fault. He's always putting the betterment of humans above his own people.
No, absolutely.
So to see him not do that in this movie and actually be the opposite, like he's basically saying, screw humans, we must protect our own.
Essentially, he is. He's literally saying that. I gotta get mine and mine a home.
That's interesting, because like obviously he's going to change at some point, but that leaves room for him to go through a character arc, because for the most part Optimus is pretty static throughout all 5 of the Michael Bays. I mean,
except last night, because last night he had to turn evil.
He had to
before
turn
he was good again.
Forcefully evil.
Forcefully, yes.
So it puts him in an interesting spot in this movie, which They could have done more with it. They really could have done more with it. But I thought it was fine. You know what they did, what they had for him. He was very untrusting of humans. And then it got to that boiling point where like he saw a human about to destroy his one ticket home, and I thought it was gonna be a bit more explosive at that point rather than Noah, please don't do this to me. I want to go home. I thought it was gonna be like anger, like, oh, I know you humans could not be trusted. And I wasn't expecting him to kill him or anything, but you know, like tension, drama, boiling of different ideologies, clashing, protecting one's own people for the betterment of the other. But it didn't go in that direction.
Well, I think there's a reason why it doesn't go in that direction. We'll get there. And I think you owe it to Optimus Primal for showing Optimus Prime the way, but we'll get there momentarily. Shoot, the way home, I guess that's kind of the MacGuffin of the film.
It's the MacGuffin. It's the Energon Bridge.
It's just, I don't know why they didn't call it a space bridge. It was, I mean, we've heard the term space bridge before in Transformers.
Everything is tied to Energon. You gotta have or Spark. If it's not the All Spark or a Spark, it is Energon.
This was the Transwarp Key.
The Transwarp Key,
which opens. It's powered by Energon. It basically opens up a space bridge. This is the Autobots' chance to return to Cybertron, where a lot of them are here on Earth as refugees. There's still a war going on in Cybertron. They want to get
Is there a war still going on Cybertron?
Yes, they said the war is still going on.
Interesting. So there are Autobots and Decepticons still on Cybertron that are fighting.
Yes, correct.
Okay, I didn't know that.
And as Bumblebee implied, you know, Bumblebee came to Earth, and he was hunted by 2 Decepticons. They were like the only Transformers on Earth in that Bumblebee film.
Right.
Only 3.
Right.
So, and it's been 7 years they've been here. So they want to get back home. They want to continue the fight. They want to protect their own. There's a running theme of protecting your own. Transwarp Key. Turns out there's 2 parts. They got to go get the other part because they lost the part to the Terracons. The Terracons come and whoop some ass. They whoop some Transformers ass. And I think this leads to the first big plot twist. Spoiler alert for those listening. Again, I hope you watch the movie as we are going to be discussing in detail. We get our first death of a Transformer during this scene. And to everybody's shock and dismay, it's Bumblebee.
Oh, right. Right.
Bumblebee eats it really quickly. It's like 30 minutes in.
30 minutes in. But you know, given the context of like it's a prequel to the Michael Bay films, and you knew, and that's the thing too. I feel like that's
a fake out.
It's a fake out. It's a fake out because you know he's gonna come back to come into the Michael Bay timeline, but it's God, I feel like that's just so. I feel like they think in the writer's room or, you know, wherever they're making these things, these ideas, they think they're so far away from the Michael Bay films that get kicked off in 2007. Cause right now they're in 1994 and they're thinking, oh, we got 13 years to like, you know, worry about that. We don't gotta worry about canonicity. We could throw people through a loop and tell them a story about how Bumblebee dies. And it's like, but if you're tied to the main timeline, I know he's going to come back. So it was sad to see him die, but I'm like, you're not killing him. You're not killing him off. So
it was watching that scene. I was like in shock because I was like,
oh, well, wow, they did it.
Well, yeah, if these aren't tied, well, this is a bold move. And if it works in the movie's favor, I'll give y'all mad props. However, there was a scene in the trailer where Bumblebee jumps from the plane, and I was like,
oh, I didn't see that one.
Oh, yeah. And I was like, either that was cut from the movie or Bumblebee's really dead.
Wow.
You know, and yeah, as you said, we've done this before. We've seen Optimus die in Revenge of the Fallen, and he's brought back by the third act. Not that we knew he would, but that whole movie was centered around reviving him. We know Transformers can be revived. They find
Right.
up new convoluted ways. So it didn't hit as hard as it should probably. It was still shocking. But I think the worst part about it is that Bumblebee sits out the whole film.
Right. And we all love some Bumblebee. Who, by the way, references his own movie. He
Yes.
references very briefly. He tells Optimus like, humans are not all bad. You know,
Humans are my friends.
humans are my friends, and Optimus literally says, Haley Steinfeld doesn't count, Bumblebee.
She's one of the good ones.
They're all bad.
But yeah, Bumblebee adds to this, you can trust humans, Optimus,
And I feel like they took him out because he was gonna be that ear of reason, that ear of reason to Optimus had he been alive throughout the rest of the movie, which it's kind of weird because once you remove Bumblebee, now Optimus can properly fester in his mind that humans should not be trusted and he should hate humans, not to the extent to kill them, but not trust them. They're not our allies. And then that's when you have Optimus Primal come in at the end and he's the one that has to teach Optimus to trust humans, rather than had Bumblebee been alive, he would have been telling Optimus, you got to stop. You got to stop that. But
right.
They want to give that opportunity to Primal instead of Bumblebee. So they take him out. Like, nah, get out of here.
I think there's a way you could go about it where Bumblebee still lives and can have some scenes, but it services this movie and it works to a degree, because I do like the interactions between the Optimuses. So the plot takes us to Peru. Everybody's on board. Noah and Elena are on board to
Very
represent
quickly.
to represent the human race. Yeah, stop what you're doing. Let's just go hop to Peru.
Specifically, and again, Elena does not. Is it Lena or Elena?
Elena.
Okay. Elena is just kind of like she's being dragged along, right?
Right.
Noah,
She's the key because she has studied maximal archaeology for 3 hours. So
and she's an expert on it. With Noah, and this is the whole thing where like I just am not a fan of these human characters. Noah, and I told you about this, Noah is so quick to decide, well, I'm gonna save the world. In 1 second, he is just doing this to get money for his brother. And literally within seconds, there's like a snap that happens where he's like, what, you're going to Peru to save the world? Count me in. No one messes with Brooklyn. What? Like I get it. It's like, yeah, save the world so that your brother doesn't die. But do you see the jump? Do you see the jump? Like it just happens. Like, yes, I am ready to save the world. No pushback. No
hesitation. No real
hesitation.
I
It doesn't feel real. It doesn't feel real.
He had some hesitation in the beginning, when he first meets the Transformers and whatnot, but then when push comes to shove, he was like, I'm ready. I'm gung-ho. Let's go. Yeah, I understand if you don't buy into it. I don't think I was necessarily sold either. But I guess I just went along with it because what I saw from all of this, of him going, I saw this relationship with Mirage again, which I think is done really well. We see Mirage have a little moment with Noah's brother, talking about, I'm gonna protect him. He's going out of his way to protect a human. Optimus is over here saying, humans aren't worth saving, right?
Mhm.
So you got this back and forth. Are humans worth saving? Are Transformers worth saving? And then, as you said, Noah is presented with this. He's not really on board to save the world. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna save the world, which means by not helping them, basically.
Right.
Which is also an interesting take too. we
Let's
haven't really
destroy their
seen.
way home.
Well, it's like if they need 2 pieces to open this space bridge with the time warp key. If the Terracons get a hold of both pieces, they'll bring Unicron here. Noah says, well, we just destroy one piece or be okay. He's not wrong.
It's
That logic
very
is there.
logical. I'm
Very
glad they
logical.
addressed it, because usually in films like this, we would be asking that thing because the characters don't bring it up. We would be like, well, if that's the problem, why don't they just destroy one piece of the key? Then the key can't be completed. But no, it's actually integrated into the story, and I can appreciate that. Despite it making seem Noah like a bit of a dick. But I mean, it makes sense. He's like, we got to look out for our own. They may not be able to go back, but at least they ain't bringing the devil to our front door.
Right. And I feel that's a conflict. It's like a 3-way conflict at this point. We don't get that a lot. Well, I don't think we ever got that really in the Transformers films
At all.
in the past, to where it's really explored really well. I think we get moments with Noah and Elena. Yeah, talking about, this is probably what needs to happen. We need to protect Earth. And then same thing with, Optimus. Optimus is over here mourning Bumblebee, thinking, this is my fault. I got to get us home before this happens again. And then Elena, she's also that insightful character who's like, you don't see it, Noah, but you and Optimus are one and the same. You're both big brothers protecting your younger brothers, your younger siblings.
I like that comparison. It was nice.
Right. I think I'm gonna go ahead and say this film does a much better job with the relationships among the Transformers and the humans, and the Transformers among themselves. I mean, we still don't really get too much like
It's better than
Transformer
what we
to
got
Yes.
before. And that bar was already low, but we're getting there. It's better than what we got before.
Right.
It's a step in the right direction.
Yeah, I think it peaks in the Peru sequence. So we're led here by Air Razor, the giant falcon, played by
Voiced
Michelle Yeoh.
Michelle Yeoh.
She's cool here.
She's
Right?
in everything.
They are capitalizing on her stardom right now, definitely. So
I wanted to see her. I mean, towards the end, you got to see.
transform.
Yes, I was waiting for. I wanted to see. Was it Maximize? Is it Maximize?
Maximize. Yes,
I wanted to see her,
I did
but
too.
unfortunately, you don't. She dead.
She ends up eating it. We hardly knew ye, Air Razor. She gets corrupted by Scourge, and
Which is very strange. Like, it makes you think, why, if Scourge could do that to any of them,
why not shoot them all with it?
Right. I get it. It's slow because, Michelle Yeoh didn't turn right away. But, I mean, in one of these chase sequences, you could have capped one of them and turned them all to... What if you got one of the primes, you just infected either Optimus Prime or Maximus Primus?
Well, you could have easily just had a scene where Unicron's like, here, Scourge, use one of these.
Oh, it's a one and done.
Yeah, one and done. Use it wisely,
But then you ask Unicron, you're a planet. You can't provide more.
Oh my. Okay, plot hole. There goes one plot hole.
It's one? Whoa.
One really evident plot hole.
Sure.
Air Razor is corrupted, ends up betraying them, and the Terracons before we even get to that, the Terracons get the pieces, they open up the bridge. Here comes Unicron. We are introduced to Wheeljack and Stratosphere, 2 other Autobots on the team. RC's here too. We haven't talked about RC.
Yeah.
She's just kind of here.
She's just kind of there.
I was excited for her, but
she didn't do much.
she really didn't.
I wanted to see her. I mean, she She had that one scene in the that we saw in the trailer where she's like on the side of a Wheeljack going
Okay,
boom, boom.
some of these action sequences, I think the Peru stuff was, and everything in Peru was good. Yes, she had that. The mountainside action sequences. Yes, she's hanging on Wheeljack, who's a hippie van.
Right.
Got some nice
Wheeljack
little.
was kind of funny. I like him.
Did you like his Spanish accent?
Hey, papi. I thought that was probably the funniest interaction between the human and one of the Transformers. That interaction with Noah and Wheeljack was just freaking hilarious. He's like, I don't know, man. That's kind of low-key racist.
He's like, I can't be racist. He's a robot.
That was funny. That was actually funny.
Well, I think it's funny because, it's a valid question. First of all,
what's a robot calling me a racist for?
And then two, I don't know. These Transformers. I rather this Transformer speak Spanish than the Ebonic talking Transformers in
oh my god,
Revenge of the Fallen.
Are you one of those?
Skids and Mudflap.
Oh man, I would need to watch them.
I'm gonna bust a cap on his ass.
Funny.
No, not funny. Not funny.
Oh my god.
We were brought the rest of the Maximals are brought in. Optimus Primal. What is it? Cheetor? Is it Cheetor?
I think it's Cheetor. Yeah.
Cheetor.
Mistakenly thought was female for some reason. Not female.
It's all right. And then Rhinox. They are all here.
Rhinox, yeah, I know he maximized in the final fight, but I couldn't recognize which one he was.
Yeah, him and Optimus Primal looked very similar.
Primal had the hammer.
I thought at one point Rhinox had a hammer.
Oh, never mind.
And I don't know.
Yeah, Rhinox got like nothing to do. I feel like he didn't have anything to do. You didn't really get. If you saw a scene with Rhinox, he was paired with someone else to in the final battle. So yeah, all of them.
This Transformers film still suffers many of the Transformer tropes. We get some great interactions between the Optimus Prime and Primal. However, yeah, Cheetor and Rhinox, we hardly knew ye.
I mean, wait, they didn't die, right?
No, I'm sorry, they didn't die.
Oh,
no,
okay.
They lived, but I barely can recall two pieces of dialogue from either of them.
Right.
Optimus Primal shows Optimus that they've been living here for hundreds of years and they have been protected by a tribe of humans who've been helping them hide the transwarp key. Optimus Primal can speak their native tongue. I don't know how the hell he learned that. He did. And he's opening Optimus's eyes to humans can be trusted. Humans are worth saving. We need to stop looking at each other as separate teams, and we need to all be until we are one, right? Is that it?
Oh,
we are one.
Right.
I like that. I actually enjoyed that. I think that was very well done. Kind of.
It was.
Just this interaction this is the stuff I was craving in the Michael Bay films. Transformers having one-on-ones, heart-to-hearts that had some substance to it.
Right. They actually have lessons that are being learned between the characters. Out like even going back with Mirage and Noah, I kind of see what you mean in regards to like they may be a better portrayal of like Bumblebee and Sam's relationship because Bumblebee protected Sam out of just obligation to protect humans, right? Like, don't let the humans die. Sam
had the glasses, so it's like,
quick, Sam, move. It's more like action-oriented protection. It's not like, obviously they care for each other, but like you don't see that the way you see it with Mirage and Noah. where it's like
Right.
they have a genuine bond with each other. And there's dialogue that reflects that. So that when you get moments where he's like, hey, fist bump, man, fist bump me. And it's nice. It's nice. A little cheesy, even for Transformers standards, but
Oh no, definitely. It's definitely what's a Transformers film without some cheese?
without some, right, a little too much cheese. But no, I like moments like that. So yes, the Transformers do get more characterization. I can appreciate that. And yeah, it does culminate in that scene where, Noah's about to destroy one half of the key in a very just oddly positioned way. I don't know. I just thought it was weird that he put it. I'm gonna do it. And Optimus is just like, no, Noah, don't. And I wanted it to be a boiling. I wanted Optimus's switch to flip right here, where Primal was getting to him. Primal was convincing him, but then, oh God, look what Noah just did. Now he's setting Optimus back. Now he's back to team. Screw all the humans. I thought that was gonna happen. It didn't. Kind of sucked that it didn't. But I mean, Noah decides, you're right. We are one.
I think if you had 10 more minutes to
10
this
more.
film,
That's it. I
Right.
was literally thinking that. I'm like, yeah, the movie's like what? 2
2 hours and 7 minutes. So
10 more minutes, and you could have gotten just a smidge of additional Optimus development, just to get tensions high, get people
right, yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
I
No,
think
it
that
was
would've been
very
worth
it was a very like soft resolution. He convinces him not to destroy it, and I don't even think from there that there's really a conversation. It's
about
just
what,
like,
why are we
right. There was no conversation of kind of like the principle of it. It was just, all right, they got the key. What are we gonna do?
oh
Let's
no, they
devise
took a later.
Right. There was no reflection part.
No time. No time.
And actually, yeah, the third act of the movie just kind of, it's like a race to the finish.
It's the giant beam in the sky.
That only the Transformers can see.
That's another. Yeah, I thought that was dumb. Well, I mean, I feel like it's a backwards ass way to like get to, oh God, to still stay in canon to the Michael Bay films, where in Michael Bay they had no knowledge that, for the most part, society had no knowledge that these Transformers were a thing. So a giant energon beam in the sky, you would think it would raise alarms for multiple people about like, oh yeah, Transformers. What about that thing in 1994? Was that Transformers related? The beam in the sky? No, it wasn't.
Listen, I'm telling you, they are etching the Michael Bay films out of this history. They really are, because you want to go off of that logic. Hey, didn't the books of Camelot and King Arthur, didn't they mention a big sentient being that was part of King Arthur's court? You could take it wherever. You could take it wherever, because that is the convolutedness those films set up. So I am okay with the erasure.
Oh wow.
Yes. Erase them. Be gone.
You want a Thanos snap? Michael Bay's films walked so that Rise of the Beast could run.
Like I said, I think the Michael Bay films excelled in the action, which I think this film does a good job at kind of, capitalizes on the action. I think, as we talked about, the final sequence, which is, we got to turn off that bridge no matter the cost. Unicron's army is here. They're going to stop at nothing. I think that was a great action set piece.
I think it was too. It was probably the best part of the movie, as
oh, for sure, yeah.
As many people would call it. It's like a child getting their toys and smashing them together in a big set piece. Shout out to the crowd that was with us at this movie. Y'all, if you're listening to this, God forbid, y'all were hella annoying for the first 2 acts of this damn movie. I did not need a theater clap every time Optimus came and transformed for the first time. Like, oh my God, it's Optimus, he transformed. Oh, clap, clap. Y'all were hella annoying, extremely annoying. But let me tell you, y'all were annoying, right? For the first 2 acts. I am glad y'all had that same energy for the final act, because that was a blast. I love the energy the crowd had in the final act. People freaking out over people jumping in from the sky, and when Primal said Maximals maximize, and everyone's going,
That was good.
whoa!
Very good moment. Very good moment.
That was a end game crowd pleaser.
Did we say that was Ron Perlman as Optimus Primal?
Think we did. If we didn't, yes, yes. Actually, no. We didn't, because we mentioned Peter Dinklage. We mentioned.
Okay, Ron Perlman as Optimus Primal. Gives a great performance. Yeah, no, that was great. That was great. That
was fantastic.
It's fan service. They know where to capitalize. You had an Optimus.
Toys.
You had the Optimus Prime and Optimus Primal double takedown. RC and Wheeljack did some cool bits. Cheetor with his spear. I think maybe good. Maybe Rhinox had like a ball and chain or something.
Oh, wait. No. Rhinox wasn't the ball and chain. That was the other one. The buff,
the bad guy, the Terracon.
The buff Terracon. Yeah, because there was that scene where like towards the end they like caught the ball and chain, and I think they double teamed that guy.
Oh, Optimus sliced it, and Optimus Primal came.
Oh my God, he monkeyed him.
Oh, he was a monkey. He was acting like a monkey.
That was funny. That was genuinely funny, but
that was mine.
Oh my God. I feel like I'm probably going to watch this movie again just for the one-liners from Optimus. These are peak one-liners. These are actually like good one-liners that I feel like I could probably quote the same way I quote Transformers 1 with the things that he says. But yeah, this entire sequence, you see I don't know if we got this in the Michael Bay films, the Optimus Prime axe, the axe that he uses.
We've got variations of the axe.
But like, this is like classic axe, where it's like a one-handed weapon.
We've gotten the axe. What happens is the axe gets lost in the sauce for this wow factor of how it shoots out of his hand, and oftentimes it breaks easily. So we've gotten it, but it's more flash than actual like style or whatever,
right?
You know? So no, it looks so much better here.
It does. I liked it.
No, I definitely liked it. I liked everything about this. I think, you know, the what is it? The standout moments of this final act. You got Bumblebee dropping from the sky.
That was really good.
That was fun. What? LL Cool J, Mama said knock you out.
Yeah.
Damn.
Like we're back, baby. Or I'm back, baby.
Don't call it a comeback.
Oh, that's what it was. That was really good. That was a
good.
Crowd pleaser.
They knew. The staying power of Bumblebee is amazing.
You can't get rid of him ever.
You take a poll, people probably say Bumblebee over Optimus Prime.
Oh,
come on.
Yeah, I believe it. He's the one that got it. I don't see an Optimus Prime movie.
Nope.
Bumblebee got his.
Bumblebee sure did. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They said, "You're a star, Bumblebee. We're gonna make you a star."
Damn right.
And then the other standout moment, we get Mirage, who heroically sacrifices himself to put himself in front of Scourge's blast at Noah,
Oh,
and
we knew he was
Mirage.
dead. We knew he was dead early on.
Mirage? Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh no, like that fist bump that he gave Noah before they went into that pipe thing to get to the core.
Oh
It
yeah,
was-
oh yeah, yeah. You thought
I
so?
was
Yeah.
yeah, I leaned over to you. I'm like, oh, he dead. He dead.
Oh man, I did not take it like that. Oh
No, he
man.
was dying. As soon as I saw that fist bump, I'm like, yeah, he's dead. He's gonna die.
But then this was cool. What happened next? Um, the little
Yeah.
life left in Mirage. Apparently, Mirage can transform around anything. He takes his body and basically gives Noah an exoskeleton, or a Power
Yeah.
Ranger suit,
Mega
H-
Man.
a Mega Man. Yeah, it was definitely given Mega Man. Even like overall looked it painted
Mhm.
blue, and it was Mega Man.
Right. It's about to go down.
It was cool. So Noah is he has armor, and now he's taking on Scourge, the big bad villain. He is fighting him.
He's holding his own.
And I was saying this to you outside the theater. We have seen this before, never in the live action films.
Oh, the humanoid transformer armor thing. Yeah,
Yes.
that was new. I like that.
I like it too. I thought it was cool. I was like,
I think the CG was a little wonky with
at times, yeah.
his face in particular, like trying to focus his face while the suit of armor is moving around.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah. I mean, I want to ask if people had the experience we had where our 3D was not it.
Oh, we saw this movie in 4DX. And yeah, some 4DX movies have 3D glasses, some of them don't. This one had it, and the 3D effects were really bad.
I don't think it's the worst I've ever seen.
In the sense of, unless if the character is not directly in front of you, they like if the character's directly in front of you, it's fine. But if they're far away in the shot of the screen in any capacity, it has that 3D effect where like the image splits as if you took your 3D glasses off. So anything in the background for like for these scenes, blurry as hell. But if they're right in front of you, it's different. And it was so weird. Sometimes it would happen, sometimes it wouldn't. That was super annoying. I wanted to do 4DX because I wanted to feel like we were on the Universal ride.
Might be better than the Universal ride.
I was gonna ask you that. Do you think it's better than the Universal ride?
It's terrible how we're out here comparing the 4DX experience to actual theme park rides, but yes, it was better than the Universal ride.
What was the thing that we compared another thing to the 4D experience?
You said the Fast X
yes.
was better
It
than
was
the Fast and
better.
Furious ride, and which is crazy because what a true statement it is. Because I don't know anybody who likes that ride.
Not a single soul.
Right. So
I don't know why it's still open.
money. So Rise of the Beast 40X. I hope y'all don't have our 3D experience, but the 40 part was great.
It was.
Yeah, no doubt. We get that big culminating moment where Optimus comes, and it's now Optimus and Noah taking on Scourge. Stop that. And then
let them come.
Does Primal come in there too and help out a little bit?
Towards the the fight?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has the hammer.
Okay, and it's until we are one.
Until we are one. Right.
Because at this point, everybody was fighting for themselves. The humans side had their motivations.
Right.
The Maximals had theirs. Autobots had theirs. They weren't fighting as one. They come together. Boom. Scourge is defeated. Unicron, though, we still got to shut it down. Optimus gonna sacrifice himself to shut it down. Everybody get out. Optimus shuts it down. Optimus about to be sucked away. Who saves the day? Optimus Primal.
No, not Optimus Primal.
I know that's the joke. It's Noah, a human.
Yes.
Pulls down the weight of a transformer.
Great. The absolute no. There's a limit. There's a limit. There's a limit. I don't care that he has a suit of armor. There's a limit. There's a limit. Until we are one.
Not to mention, Optimus towers over Mirage. So it's not even like Mirage has the strength by himself, I think, to pull down Optimus. But now, a human?
God. Yes. Yes. The answer is yes. He can do
Sure.
it. But just when you think it's all lost, then you have Optimus Primal coming in. Until we are one.
That was good. It was
that
good.
was good. The quote was good. I liked it. I liked it. Could have baked in the oven a little bit more. The whole "we are one" thing. I feel like you could have done that a lot more in earlier parts of the film to like really sell out that payout at the end, because the payout was there, but it just wasn't cooked enough. But I still like the payout. It's like eating cookie dough. You don't need to cook the cookie all the way. The cookie dough still tastes good. You'll maybe get sick from it, but
if you let it bake.
it'll be one delicious cookie.
Right. And yeah, this cookie, running with the theme of cookies now. This cookie could have been left in the oven longer, this movie as a whole. You know, a lot of it feels like it should be an Endgame type of vibe with Unicron and whatnot. Unicron's still kicking.
Yeah, and you don't see. I mean, when Scourge went to go talk to him, you saw like a face of Unicron. Like there was like a giant face at one point.
Right.
But you never really see Unicron. You see the planet. You see him as a planet eater, which that's what he is. But you don't get to see like, you know, the entity of Unicron as like, you know, he could transform into a robot.
He can transform. He can.
And that maybe they're saving that as like true end game. Like this was just Unicron trying to get to Earth. Maybe at some point they need to get to him.
Ooh, yeah, because I would hate a bunch of films where it's like, I gotta find a new way to get to Earth.
Why are you obsessed with Earth? Eat something else.
Right. But I'm also glad they didn't Galactus him from
yes.
Right.
That was the biggest fear, because it's like, oh God, are they gonna kill him in this? Because if they do, that's it.
I'm glad he wasn't a big puff cloud of nothingness.
Oh, right. Yeah, I was kind of thinking they were gonna do that to him too.
Super scared.
If it was directed by Michael Bay, I thought they would have done that for sure.
You think so?
100%. Yeah, he was 100% gonna make Galactus. I thought they were gonna make him basically a Galactus from Fantastic Four, the live action films. Thank God they didn't, and I feel like they kept him around. And you know, Unicron kind of taunts him a little bit when Optimus is getting sucked away, before he shuts down the machine. He's like, Prime, I could give you anything you want. And it's like, oh, that might, and you know, the Optimus denies it, but that may be something that they tease later on, in the future, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, the future looks different, given.
Yes.
I mean, I have some thoughts where I would like this franchise to go, but what they gave us, never in a million years that I thought we were gonna get this.
Right. Right.
So shoot. I don't even know if we get a proper conclusion as where the Autobots end up going.
Oh, you don't know.
Where the Maximals end up going. Do they stick with the Autobots?
Do they stay in Peru?
They really don't say nothing. It's over and that's it.
Yeah.
No. Bumblebee, you're back.
Nothing.
Oh, Mirage. Oh no. I can fix that. None of that.
Nothing.
None
of it.
Very strange. Very, very strange. It felt rushed. Again, 10 more minutes.
Yeah, it kind of felt like what they did with Dark of the Moon. I really remember with Dark of the
Oh
Moon.
yeah, talking
Where
about
like at the end it's like Megatron, Optimus, die, and he just kills him.
and then it's over.
Right.
That was bad. Yeah.
That was bad. So yeah, they just literally jumped to, all right, Noah's back home. Mother sees him all bruised up, does not ask questions, and I doubt he told her the truth. I doubt he told her.
He was gone for like 4 days.
Right. She's not questioning anything. Sure.
I mean, he's not a kid. I guess he doesn't have to.
Uh,
Per
in a
se.
Hispanic household, I don't think that's flying.
I mean, she's under his roof, right? Correct.
Yeah, a New York Spanish mother ain't no way.
Sure. I guess.
But yeah, so they just jumped right ahead to what? Noah's at an interview. The credits start rolling, and they just like,
He's
all
at
right,
an interview.
here it is. Go ahead. What?
All right. God, this was long too.
This was a long
As I was recording it, I was like,
credit scene.
can y'all get to the point? Like, what is this?
Who is this?
He's interviewing for a position. The hiring manager knows all about his exploits with the Autobots and the Maximals and what happened in Peru. You're like, what's going on? What is this? Could it be Sector 7, a mainstay from the original Transformer films? Possibly.
That's what I thought it was.
But they took forever to get to this reveal. A secret door opens up in the back, and it opens up to this hangar where you don't even see much in there. To where I'm like, okay, what is
I feel like
this?
that ship in the back, you know,
There
there's
was
like
a
an alien.
ship.
I feel like maybe that was supposed to like hint at what to expect.
And I was just like, okay, it's Sector 7.
Just say it, Sector 7. Why are you being so? Just say it.
He had given him a card prior to this secret door opening. In the last, Noah's on the team. They said, we want you.
We
want
want
your
you.
skill
You
set.
saved the world.
Right. Put some respect on his name. They didn't do shit for Sam Witwicky. You know, that
Mm-mm.
boy out there struggling.
3 times he saved the world.
Correct. The last shot is he looks at the business card, and there are 5 letters on it, 2 periods, and only one word is spelled out. G.I. Joe.
That set our theater ablaze. It was unexpected. Everyone's
Never-
like, what the hell?
Oh my. Never did I
It's
think
like-
we'd be here.
It's just so weird. It's like if at the end of I don't know, Kang Dynasty, there's an initiative to join the Jedi Academy. It is, and you're like, oh wait, I guess Star Wars and Marvel are owned by Disney, and like
These are Hasbro products, yeah.
it's a shock. And I guess, you know, yes, Transformers and G.I. Joe, they're owned by Hasbro. But this was just such a shock from left field where it's like, oh my God, what? And after the shock, I think once the dust settles, you really start to ask, what the hell is, why? For what? like, why are we getting a G.I. Joe tie-in to Transformers? And again, they're setting themselves up. What tie-in to G.I. Joe? The G.I. Joe with Channing Tatum?
Well,
That timeline?
He got killed off in
He
the
got-
second one.
And that one was worse. That
They-
one was significantly worse than the
Correct.
first one.
And
You had the Snake Eyes spin-off.
which was a reboot, I think.
Was it a reboot?
Yeah,
I
I'm
didn't
pretty
watch
sure.
it, so I have no
I didn't
idea.
watch it. I didn't watch it either.
But I don't think anyone watched it. No one wanted to see that mess. But I mean, he was the coolest part of GI Joe. He's a ninja, so yeah, that's cool. But yeah, it's like, all right, wow, so shocking. Did not expect them to want to cross over that. But I don't care about GI freaking Joe. Like, what? You're gonna have Commander Cobra. What's his name?
Cobra Commander.
Cobra. Oh my God, Cobra Commander, and he's gonna be like, "We must defeat Optimus Prime." No, I don't want that.
Well, what you're gonna get is like, you Megatron must team up with me, and Megatron's gonna be like, you will do as I command. I don't know.
I can see that happening. The egos.
But that just sounds stupid, though. It
sounds so dumb.
It sounds more silly than it is like, ooh, yes, this is what we want.
And you know, I feel like that's because it's like what we said earlier. They played their end game already. They played Unicron. And they're like, what do we do now?
Well,
like,
okay, do you remember how the first GI Joe was heavily criticized for those super suits that they wore running around Paris?
Funny enough, as a child, I've not seen it as an adult, but as a child, I thought those scenes were pretty cool. Hit them.
I actually liked the first GI Joe movie. I actually really enjoyed the first GI Joe movie.
I remember liking it as a child, but you know, as a child, you like a lot of dumb shit.
I mean, it's still not a great movie. There is fun to be had, but I mean, those suits remind me of what Noah wore in Rise of the Beast.
Oh, wow. You know what? Yeah.
And so I was like, are we just going to see a bunch of these GI Joes running around in these suits?
Wow. Look at that.
Jumping off the shoulders of Bumblebee.
Mm-hmm.
It just seems now, you know, as far as we've been saying a lot, like Transformer films, we want to focus on the Transformers. We want personal interactions with them, interpersonal connections between them. We want their development. And now I don't know how this series is going to look moving forward, but this is now a convoluted way to have more human characters.
I guess more, instead of having original characters that are just half-baked, now you have established toys that can
heavy duty and Ironhide together.
Oh my goodness. I mean, I guess that'll get people excited. Funny enough, I think I remember seeing this, but it was just like a little fun fact where you just forget about it. Apparently in February of 2022, so last year, Paramount already announced that Rise of the Beast would be the first. Oops, did not read that one right. Okay. In February 2022, Paramount said that Rise of the Beast is going to be the first of 3 new installments in the Transformers series. What I was actually trying to read was in May of 2023, which was last month, they also announced Paramount was planning a crossover between Transformers and G.I. Joe.
I didn't see that announcement.
Apparently they did. This was
it's fine if they announced it. I don't recall seeing it. I'm glad. I guess I didn't see it.
It was a rumor. It was a rumor.
Ooh, and
now
it's all but confirmed.
Right.
This is it. We're in there.
We are in there.
I mean, I don't know if this means we're gonna get like a G.I. Joe film next, or if we're going straight into the the crossover, you know.
I don't want a G.I. Joe film. I don't want to have to watch the G.I. Joe films to now understand Transformers.
The Transformers movies.
I don't want to see it.
Hold up, the Hasbro Cinematic Universe. What other toys does Hasbro own?
Do they they own My Little Pony, don't they?
No, they don't.
No, they do.
I don't know.
They do. I am pretty sure that they do.
Okay, they do own My Little Pony.
Oh, so it's confirmed.
Oh,
It's
and
confirmed.
Power Rangers. They do the Power Rangers toy line.
Okay.
Would you like to
Power
see
Rangers.
Furby and Optimus?
If you had told me Peppa Pig, you would have sold me.
Oh, my bad. Would you like to see G.I. Joe and the Transformers play Twister?
While eating Play-Doh?
While also summoning a demon with a Ouija board.
Bumblebee, give me the Nerf gun. This is stupid.
Is this what we're getting? Is
This
this
is
what's
what
happening?
we're getting. This is what
Is
we're
this
getting.
what we're moving towards?
This is what we're getting. Bumblebee, you cannot buy. Bumblebee straight to jail. Yeah. That's the Monopoly one.
you landed on Park Place. Pay up. Or like the
my god.
the Transformers fighting for which piece? I want to be the car. I want to be the car.
Oh,
I want to be the car.
Oh, no. Okay, this I can dig. This I can dig. Side swipe, let it rip.
Stop.
Yeah, they got Beyblade. Yes,
Oh,
absolutely.
This is fucking nuts. This is nuts. They are not about to play
Give-
Beyblade.
Give me this. 1,000% yes. Give me this. Give me this over G.I. Joe. 100%. Give me this over
Hey.
G.I. Joe.
Zoids is on here too.
They have Zoids?
Yeah.
Oh god, Zoid's been dead for so long.
This
What
is
an
how you bring it
opportunity.
back. This is how you
Wow,
bring
no,
it back.
they actually fit in the logic of Transformers.
They sure
Zoids.
do. They're humanoid animals. I mean, they're mechanized animals.
Right. Wow. Liger Zero and Shield Liger.
We can
Liger Zero, cover me!
with this. Literally, there's no stop to what you could do with this potentially.
Right, but
Um,
no, G.I. Joe is where we're going. Sure. God,
who would have thought? Who would have thought?
give me
This is
Peppa
all
Pig.
because they're trying to compete with the Barbie cinematic universe that's about to happen as well.
Oh my goodness. Oh my.
The toy companies are lining up. They
They
said,
are.
they said, who do we got on our roster?
Ay.
This
I
is
guess
it.
that's where we're at. Yeah.
This new age. We're
It
in
was
it.
definitely a shock. That if they wanted to go for pure shock, they got it.
They got it.
No
doubt.
That was unexpected.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, that's kind of where we sit with Rise of the Beast. I guess the last thing to touch on is, what did you think overall? Is it one shall stand, one shall fall? Is it better?
That was good. That was good.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, how would you rank it? What score would you get? I'm sitting at a 7. I'm sitting at a 7.
I think a 7's fair.
Yeah. I was a little higher with 7.5 earlier when we were talking about it, but I think 7 is more than fair. Bumblebee, as I've said before, was just phenomenal. And again, you don't rely on Rotten Tomatoes scores too much, but god damn it, audience score of 74% for Bumblebee, and Rise of the Beast is getting 88%. Sit down. Sit down. Y'all
Must
are
have been the
wild.
action sequence.
Y'all must have just forgotten the first 2 acts of this movie and thought, man, but that finale, and that's fair. The finale was the best part of the movie. And you might have forgotten the rest of the other hour and a half that you spent watching them film. But no, it's not an 8. It's not a 9. Goodness, I think like earlier today or the day before, it was at 100 out of 50
It was.
reviews. And I'm
It
like,
was.
what? Absolutely. Well, at the time I was shocked. I was like, ooh, it's going to be good. The fans are eating this. But now we watched it and it's like, no, absolutely the hell not. No, it is better than some of the films we gotten before. It's better than Last Night. It's better. I kind of want to see Age of Extinction again. You say it's bad. I just need to see. I need to see it again. I need to see it again.
Do I need to remind you of the Romeo and Juliet scene
What scene?
where they're talking about the law, why he's trying to explain why he's able to date the daughter?
Oh my God, that's right. They did do that. They did do
Yes.
that.
And with that is enough for me to say that is the worst Transformers movie I have ever seen.
They did.
Because why the hell is there a convoluted plot point about this dude trying to date a minor?
Yeah, wasn't there something where like he knew like all the ins and outs of the law? Like he was
Yes,
just regurgitating?
it's one scene, yes, and they are ready to combat Mark Wahlberg and his disapproving.
Oh my God.
It's really cringe. It's really weird.
All right. Maybe I'll give you.
I
I'll
don't
give
come
you
to a
Age of-
Transformers movie for that.
You don't?
No.
Fine. I'll give you Age of Extinction. It's better than last night. Age of Extinction is better than Revenge of the Fallen. I want to see Dark of the Moon again. I have not seen Dark of the Moon from beginning to end since its theatrical release. But I remember liking it. I remember really liking it. I've seen the first movie multiple times.
Yes.
Multiple times. It is not better than the first movie. You could call that nostalgia. You could call that I don't know what else you want to call it. You know, the first movie, okay. I'll give it this. As a film in general, I would say maybe it's better than the first movie. As like a structured film with like character, relationship, growth, it's better than the first movie. The overall fun I had with the movie, I think the first one is still on top. I just call it cheesy mid 2000 angst. That oh my God, we're talking about rush finales. That finale in 1. This message goes out to all Autobots. We are here. We are waiting.
What?
I'm done. Oh my God. You know, that immediately puts it like above the rest. That's what you're competing with. So, not better than 1. Sure as hell not better than Bumblebee. I will stand on that hill. It is not better than Bumblebee. Absolutely not. Bumblebee is the pinnacle of what these movies can be and what they should be. Will we get there again? If people are giving Rise of the Beast an 88%, no. But we could strive to be there. If we demand better, we get better film. These are all Transformers lovers, man. I'm wearing a Transformers shirt, baby. Gen 1, right there. Even though the toys I got were Armada, but still, I'm a fan of this franchise. I want better. Give me more like Bumblebee, while also giving me the final act level of hype, like an Endgame, like what we got in Rise of the Beast. A more cohesive package. You get a better movie. That's how we get there. 7 out of 10. Rise of the Beast. You're about to give it a 9 out of 10.
I'm not. I think I'm with you. I think I'm with 7 out of 10. I think that's fair. There's a lot to enjoy about this film. There's hype moments for the fans of the series for, a long time. If you just really enjoy these live action portrayals of the Transformers, a lot of great moments for just Transformer fans. The Maximals are here. They were really cool. I think they were well done. This movie still has a lot of the same flaws of the other Transformers movies. Very much there's a human element that I don't necessarily care for. And not every Transformer got their time in the sun. And I really wanted that for them. So the movie suffers from that. And then I will say, too, this movie does a good job at kind of threading the central themes throughout, like until we are one, the big brother looking out for the younger one.
I like that.
Those themes are threaded throughout and they're done well, but at the expense. And to what you were saying, there's sometimes I sat during this movie, I was like, I'm not really having fun with what's going on.
There were a lot of boring portions.
Yeah, like you're gonna run through this festival in Peru, and it's not even like part of the action or the set piece at all.
I feel like a lot of the action set pieces, while cool and they were fun, I think they would have been better if you had like environmental sequences. And maybe that's why I kind of like, because the finale is on like a flat, barren wasteland.
Right.
And that's how most of the fights end up culminating. Compare that to, like, as an example, the first movie. You're in a giant city. You have skyscrapers and buildings to play with and knock down. We're in that age where people are I guess it makes sense, criticizing we did it, Patrick. We saved the city. And the city is in shambles and on fire and falling apart after the grand finale battle. More studios are steering away from those type of fights now, and it's like, I guess, but
I guess my main issue as to what you're saying is they didn't move away from like the people in those sets because it's like, oh, we got to protect them or we got to hide. They just moved away.
They just moved, like,
and then
yeah.
When like Unicron shows up and opens up these giant thunderstorms across the globe, they think they're just thunderstorms, so at times the stakes don't even feel that high because no one's feeling them except these two humans and these Transformers who should be feeling them because they're the ones really doing the fighting. So stuff like that takes away from the overall enjoyment. So I'm not going to sit here and say this film is better than majority of the Bay films. It's not. I think,
it's not better than the Bay films.
No, it is. Sorry. It is. It is. Beats 4 and 5, definitely. Even 3, because when I talk about fluff, 3 actually has a lot of fluff. And I think it beats 2. I will go ahead and give the first one second, Bumblebee first, and this one third. That is how I'll do it.
I think I could do that.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, the first one is really fun, despite the what's cracking, little bitches.
God, that's so funny. What is wrong with you?
Despite the shit like that, Mojo, don't pee on the robot.
So many good. Oh God, the first one's a classic. You can't be mad at it.
Were you masturbating? Jesus, Mom.
No. Masturbating, Sheila? Are you serious? Our son?
Or Bernie Mac. He's like, hey, baby. Bitch, I'll slice your throat and watch the dust fall. Yes, Bernie Mac for more than 2 seconds is in that film.
Right. Good.
You don't choose your car. The car chooses the driver.
Oh, he sold the car. That's right.
Right, he sold the car. And then Linkin Park.
Linkin
Mind
Park.
you, the 90s aesthetic here, I guess it's here. I think it's more of the music than anything.
Yeah.
Which I'm digging. I love 90s. Like, I love hearing SWV. LL Cool J as Bumblebee's Tear It Up theme was cool. But it again, if you're going to put it in the 90s, it needs to be a period piece. I forgot I was in the 90s halfway through the movie. So,
he called Noah and his brother call each other Sonic and Tails.
Oh, how clever. Because nobody liked Sonic and Tails in the 2000s, in the 2020s.
They were at an all-time high in the early 90s.
Yeah, sure as Mario. And he's not popular today either.
Well, he was playing Funny enough, they call each other Mario and Tails, but the brother was playing Mario, and the whole comparison of like You tell me I can't beat it, big brother, but I'm gonna keep trying. He's talking about Super Mario Brothers or something. He's not even talking about a Sonic game.
Yeah, he's not playing Sonic. No.
Like, okay,
So-
where's your true fandom aligned?
I guess he's just a video game enthusiast. I guess.
Right.
So again, I do not care for period pieces that do not lean into the period piece. So that's my shtick on that.
Maybe
But
in the next one will be in the 2000s, the early 2000s.
you know what? This next one, I have no idea how it's gonna look, especially with this G.I. Joe thing.
We're getting at least two more. At least two more.
I am not betting on it. I will watch it when it comes out. But I have no idea how this thing will look. So I'm game, I guess. Yeah, I'm an avid Transformers fan still. Give me.
Has this rekindled your fandom? Do you now want to see these movies?
I do
again?
want to kind of rewatch some of these Transformers.
It does
movies.
make, yeah, it does. If not to enjoy them, to re-solidify why I hate them.
Right. If anything, all I need, just show me the war on Cybertron. Just show me why the Decepticons do what they do, why the Autobots are at odds with them, and then give me an all-out war. That's all I want. And that's it for me. That's it. Bring back the Maximals.
Bring back the Maximals. We want to see them again.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. We good?
I think we're good. We covered everything. It's a decent movie. You'll have fun. You'll have fun.
We're in a very blockbuster year, 2023.
Right. This one's like, yeah, school's out. Kids are running around.
They were there.
They were there. You can tell the kids had fun. They were not the
did.
ones clapping at the dumb stuff. Those were the grown-ass adults.
I think some of them could have been kids, but
I think some of them could have been kids, but the ones that were initiating it, those were adults. And to them, y'all were fine in the third act. Don't do that again.
yeah, goodness. Yeah, that's fair.
Doing
That's
the
fair.
most.
But yeah, we got a lot of blockbusters coming up still. The night is young here at the cinemas this year, so that's cool. We'll be back to talk about it all. With that said, that's it for us here at the Yonko table. I'm your host, Grandmaster Hoop, fellow Yonko, Dr. Jace Attorney. Thank you for listening to what we had to say on all your podcast listening stations, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and wherever you get your your podcast. And thank you, of course, for all the support and love that you share on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And Dr. Jace is on Twitch, so make sure you tune into some of his live feeds. He's playing some games. He ain't playing Tears of the Kingdom, but that's because he doesn't have a Switch. Try to convince him otherwise. And then, of course, if you ever want to discuss with us what you've heard on our show, please hit the link below, join our Discord, and we will gladly chat it up with you. We're currently chatting up about One Piece in the latest chapter. So, that's going on. So if you fan, tune in. Hello, we're the Yonko table. We're fans of One Piece. And we'll see you next week for Flash. We'll be back for the Flash. That should be a big one. Might have some other ones coming at you, but definitely tune into that one. And then we got some cool stuff on the horizon. So always stay tuned. All right, Dr. Jace, how you want to close this out? What Transformers thing should we do?
Oh my God. This message goes out to all the Autobots in the stars. Let them come.
Starscream!